Today, we're just going to get right into it as your favorite talking head does his best to review another album. That's right, today's is Niall Horan's new album, The Show, which just came out, and it was an utter delight to listen to. Hi, I'm your host, Chris Humphrey, and for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm just another talking pimple. Acne. God damn it, it's just another blemish. I can't get rid of it. You know, I'm a talking head. I do my best to get my opinion out there, but look what it's doing. Oh my god, disgusting. None of your tips are helping. But that's not the point. Back to the point at hand. It's the lovely Niall Horan's The Show, which recently just came out, and I think everybody should go out there and listen. Now, when it popped up on my phone, I was reading it, and it said, a new album you might like by Niall Horan. Now, when I read it, I thought it said nails. And that's probably because maybe I'm dyslexic or I was tired and I went, what the hell is this? Who named their kid Nails? Must be a WWE fan. And lo and behold, I looked at it and went, I don't know who it is. Googled them. And then I went down the dark, lone rabbit hole of finding out who Niall Horan is, who just happens to be an alumni from One Direction. And then I felt stupid. I knew Harry Styles because I like Harry Styles' music. I knew Zayn from one song. I think it was Pillow Talk. That's the only time. And I had no clue who this was. So then I went down an 8-hour rabbit hole. Very dark. You know, when you're eating Doritos and you're watching them on the voice replays on YouTube for 8 goddamn hours. All right. That's what I did. I sat there and I watched. Very charming, very polite, very musically gifted and talented and very respectful of the business. And then you have Tom Jones sitting beside him, who I don't think he likes anything and probably just thinks he's another fart in the wind. But worked out. I went, okay, I'll listen to this album, and I put it on when I was running. I only have one complaint about it, and for some people, this might be a good thing. That's why I like to give the complaints up ahead. It's short. I think it's 30 minutes, 31, 35 at most. I'd have to relook at it. I think it's short. And I do a run for about 40, 45 minutes. I don't want to hit my headphones to push play or search through while I'm running. Right? I want a nice 40-minute long album. But it works to the benefit of his voice and his style and the lyrics. This would be an album that in the beginning times of the Beatles, they were probably like, because every song is about 2.5 to 3 minutes long. This would be ultimately like what the early Beatles did with all their classic hits. Now, obviously, I'm not saying he's the Beatles, no, right? The Beatle fans are going to come down and murder me, but I'm just saying he's really good, and you should at least give him a shot. What I would highly suggest is 110% going out there and giving him a chance to listen to why he writes his song shorts. Now, I'll admit, I probably start halfway through the album, but I liked Heaven, and I liked If You Leave Me, I liked Meltdown, and liked Never Grow Up. I just never started there. Always started on the show, and it's probably because that is a song that hit me the most. And it probably hit a lot of people because it seems to be why he named the album this, and it seems to be why everything happened and why they liked it. Now, what what I am going to say is Heaven's a very classic song. It will be a hit probably for a long while. If You Leave Me, great, upbeat, very good song with sad words. This is what the modern seems to be, give you some sad words, but some good backbeat to it, and that's what makes it great. Meltdown, very incredibly lyric song, and Never Grow Up. Well, I don't think any of us really want to grow up. And when we do, we realize we have bills. If we had this guy's money, then we wouldn't have to probably worry. Or there's maybe bigger problems, people trying to hound him for his money. But the show, I listen to a lot. It's probably going to be a very popular song with the celebrities if you listen to the words, or the people that are out in public more. Because we are kind of all acting when we're around other people, which is kind of interesting. And I usually start at the show, go all the way down to the last one, and then hit my headphones to finish it off with the others. Uh, you could start a cult. Very funny song about how hypnotizing a partner could be or a woman could be. I think it's about a woman. It could be about a man. Who really cares what it's about? But it's about love and how hypnotizing a partner could be. That they could be so good that they could start a cult like Charles Manson. Now, ideally, that's not what he's directly saying, but he's just saying he's hypnotized and in love with this person because they're so good. And then Save My Life has an incredible interlude or bridge in it that has what I like to call the saxophone. Sorry, the saxophone, and it does it. Reminds me of the '80s. Those saxophone parts that come into an '80s pop song back in the day. Oh my god, and I love it. And then on a night like tonight, very classic. Again, very Beatlesque songs, and then come his last two. So I overplay the show. I overplay Science, and I overplay Must Love. I just love the message in the songs, and I love the beat and the rhythm. I also love the fact that his voice is so different, and this is where his talent comes in. He's got a very high, nice falsetto. When I first heard him, I thought I was listening to the lead singer of Death Cab for Cutie, and I love Death Cab for Cutie. I love the voice and the words because it's very sentimental. But then you get the Science, It Must Be Love. I utterly thought it was, and I thought I picked up the wrong album. I was like, who is? But this is him. Science words. A lot of people might fight him on it, but Science, it's just science, right? Get over it is basically what he's trying to say, but he does it in such a clever way that it could be about somebody who's got cancer or somebody who's fighting for their life or a vaccine. And science is important. And if that's not the case, great. But they go so well with the beat and the rhythm that I can't stop listening to that one. And then it finishes off with Must Be Love, which is when people don't realize that they're in love, and then when they do, it must be love because of the little things that relationships do and that they go through. Another upbeat classic song. He's just very good. The writers and producers of this album should be proud of this just as much as Niall should be, because it's an utter masterpiece at 30 minutes. Like I said, I just wanted more. Only 10 songs, about 3 minutes each. That's why I say it's about 30 minutes. That's why it's at the peak of the classic Beatles. Now, everybody waits to the bitter end to see me pop my zip, but I'm not going to because it's going to go on its own. I promise you. Just keep giving me your tips down below. No, what you really wait for is how I'm going to review it and if it's going to make the board. Now, I'm definitely going to give this an 8 out of 10. I just wanted more of it. That's the only reason. Right? So don't get mad at me because I hear his fans are very passionate, but I just wanted more of it. I wanted more songs, and maybe I wanted. And that shouldn't matter. That's just my opinion. But an 8 out of 10 is awesome. As you can see, it's not in the top 5. All right. That happens. But he should be very proud of this. It's an album that's going to be played and overplayed for the rest of the year. If not by his fans, more people should go out and at least give him a shot. Don't let One Direction, your opinion on One Direction, put you down. Go out there and listen to it. Very talented, very good falsetto, very great music that you probably won't want to put down. Great to run to, right? I feel so upbeat. I'm running like this, and people look at me crazy because I'm clapping like I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it's the zit. It's taken over my brain. But go out there and listen to it. Let me know what you think of me down below. Let me know what you think of the album down below. Don't give me any more tips because none of it seems to be working, but it will be gone soon, I promise. I appreciate you guys' patience. I love you guys. If I don't hear from you, you know what I'm going to say. Bom dia, boa tarde, and boa noite. Ciao. Producer, play some music, but not any of this album because I for sure cannot afford that. Ciao, guys. Producer.